It's on. You're live. Hey guys. I just want to say sorry that we're starting so late. 45 minutes late. My gosh. Now the reason why we're starting late is because my computer decided to be a butt face, and it froze when I was starting it originally at like 11:59, and then my computer is like it wouldn't open Google Chrome anymore, so I had to restart my computer. But the only way my computer would restart is if I updated it when I restarted it, and it was ridiculous. Never again. Never freaking again. What's good, McKinley?
What's up? Trying to figure this out. This is weird.
I mean, as far as I know, we're live. Granted, okay. All right, now I guess I'll start with the comments.
Okay.
McKinley, you have some fierce background right now.
What's up?
You have some fierce background sound and some echo effects.
Oh, that's the computer. That's you. I think it's echoing. That's why.
That's me?
Yeah. Stop.
Huh.
Yeah. No. It's not like you use because my computer's turned up too high. That's why. We're good.
All right. Well, if you have earbuds, that might help.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this. Since it says we're broadcasting, if anyone else joins on, that'd be awesome. If we get any comments too, that will be awesome. Also, so yeah, let's get into this. So, first question by Ripely Grimes. I believe I pronounced that right. If I didn't, if I don't pronounce any username right, I apologize. So, hashtag Ask Hybrid. What is your favorite DC story of all time? Well, that's a good question. I want to say something like All-Star Superman, but to be totally honest with you, it's not my favorite DC story of all time. I've never actually had to think about this, so that's actually a pretty hard question. To try to think of like off the top of your mind, you could say, but it's, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say it's the Red Robin run they did with Christopher Yost. It's not a story; it's more of a run. But I'd say it's probably my favorite, because I'm a big Tim Drake fan and all that stuff.
That's a good run, dude.
Some fierce noise. You might want to mute your mic a little bit, like every once in a while.
Okay.
See if that helps. Wow, that actually.
How about now?
Yeah, it's a lot better now. Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so
Okay, good.
Next question from Ruhal A. I believe I know this person actually. At hashtag Ask Hybrid. Why are you such a beast?
Wow.
I eat my green veggies. Ever since Spider-Man 2, he was like, eat your green veggies. So I was like, I gotta eat my green veggies, So yeah, that's why you could say, I guess, why I'm such a beast. Or you can ask my girlfriend. She says I'm an ogre. So, next question. Can you do a bio on DC's Gem? And if not, then who do you prefer? The original animated series Harley and comic Harley, or the bleached white and dyed hair Harley, and why? I don't know who DC's Gem is, Jemm. I'm not sure who that's supposed to be per se.
Metaphor?
But I don't know who that is, but who do I prefer Harley-wise? I'd say animated series Harley. Considering Harley was made for the show, I always thought that she was done best on that show. It's because like it's like OG. What is that noise? Are you playing a game or something?
No, I'm not doing anything.
Oh, okay, that's so weird. That is really weird. All right, let's keep going. Hashtag Ask Hybrid. Are you in the comic book cast fighting? Because I haven't seen you do anything with them for a while. Sorry to ask 2 questions, but why don't I see any collaborations from other YouTubes from the vids I've seen? Thanks for reading. Well, to answer your question, no, we are not fighting. It's actually the opposite. Me and Armin are getting together soon to do a collab video, and I'm joining Joel soon on the next Blood Sweat Comics and stuff like that. So yeah, we're not fighting. It's just, you know, YouTubers, like, you know, we have lives and stuff. Usually on YouTube, you don't dedicate like your whole time to just making videos all day. Like you, obviously, like we could if we would, but it's one of those things where we kind of have to, like, you know,
Scheduling. Sure, that's an issue, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be an issue also?
scheduling. Yeah, scheduling is a big issue. So yeah, we're not. No one's fighting. I'd release a diss track by now.
Drake v.
all right.
Mill.
Yeah. Ask Hybrid. Do you read Invincible? What would you do with the Fantastic Four if Marvel had the rights back? Would you want to see an X-Static TV show? X-Static, I'm just... Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Let's see, what would I do with the Fantastic Four if Marvel had the rights back? I wouldn't introduce them until after Infinity War at the earliest, just because I think the Marvel Phase 3 stuff leading up to Infinity Wars kind of... would it be Phase 3 or Phase 2? No, it'd be Phase 3. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Phase 3.
Everything up until Infinity War, I think it's already kind of like chock full, you know? I don't think we need any more superhero movies added onto that. And yeah, it's really all I have to say on that. Do I read Invincible? I've read bits and parts of it, but I'm not a regular reader. And would you like to see an X-Static TV show? I'd like to read the premise of the TV show first, and then I'll decide, because you can take any property and make whatever you want out of it. So, this is... Hey, Nick, what's up?
Yo.
There we go.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Oh my god, I just woke up.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
really
like,
funny.
late
Nick,
today.
Nick wakes up, he's like, oh, I missed it, didn't you? Didn't I? And I was like, actually, my computer froze and restart it, so you missed nothing, pretty much.
You
Yeah.
woke up like that, man.
But yeah, our next question everyone can answer, actually. Which will be better, Batman v Superman or Civil War? Also, can a female superhero do a 1 billion worldwide box office? And are you excited for Ms. Marvel or Wonder Woman? Or which one am I more excited for? So I'll answer this first, and then I'll pass it on to you guys. So Batman v Superman or Civil War, which would be better? I'm not a prophet. / I can't see the future, so I can't say which one will be better. However, I am excited for both, because both are doing different things for different reasons. Now, can a female superhero do a 1 billion worldwide box office? I don't see why not. I think it's more so just it being a really good movie, and I think a lot of it's also relevancy. Like you want a movie that people at the time want to see a lot of. But yeah, I think it can be done. Maybe it won't be the first superhero film that's with a woman as the lead, but I do think one could do that. And what am I more excited for, Ms. Marvel or Wonder Woman? That's a hard question, because I want to say I'm more excited for Captain Marvel, but they haven't casted their Captain Marvel yet. Also, I don't know if they announced who's writing it, or they might have announced a writer, but in regards to directors for it, the cast for it, they haven't announced anything, so I don't really have anything to be excited for besides the fact that they're making the movie, which can be good and bad, because Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, has not had the greatest history of runs in her lifetime. So, yeah. I guess at this point I'd be more excited for Wonder Woman, just because they already have director, and I'm really interested. I want them to go into the whole Greek mythology thing for Wonder Woman, so that's what I'm actually really excited for the Wonder Woman movie, more so than Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. But yeah, I'll let you guys answer the question. Do you guys need me to read it again, or do you guys remember?
No, I got it.
Okay.
It's a tough one for the Civil War Batman v Superman because they're both going to make big impacts. I mean, they're both they're not both necessarily versus movies, but that is a key point in it. I'm probably more excited for Batman v Superman just to see the two most iconic characters to be on the same screen together. But other than that, as for the Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel thing, I'm not too familiar with Captain Marvel, the character, so that's probably why I'd be more excited for Wonder Woman. But either way, they both have equal chances. All of those movies have equal chances of hitting $1 billion. It's just if they're good enough, they have to earn it. And that's pretty much it. Nick?
Alright, I'll go through mine really quick here. I'm excited for both of the Batman v Superman and Civil War, obviously, because they're both going to be like pretty big event films. For the female superhero one, like everyone else said, it has to be a really good movie, I think, just in general, to make $1 billion. So that's kind of a steep hill to climb. And for the Miss Marvel versus Wonder Woman, I'm just more excited for Wonder Woman in general, just because Carol Danvers is kind of boring. I think she's better probably in like team books and stuff like that, or team. Like if she's in a team movie or something, she'll be better fit. But I don't know. It just depends on the movie. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So.
Oh yeah, Nick. I don't know about you, but your audio, like it was kind of sound like I was gonna say crunchy, but maybe it's staticky is a better adjective. All right. So let's get into the next question. Hybrid. How would you do a MCU Fantastic Four movie and a MCU Spider-Man movie? Well, funny you say that. Like years ago, basically, I think it was years, more like months ago. The same thing I did for like the DC, the DC screenplays and everything. I actually did the same thing for Fantastic Four. I did 6 movies, so 2 trilogies, and it went all the way from like their origin, like them getting their powers, stuff like that. And it ended off with the 6th one being Future Foundation. I'm a big Future Foundation fan, so yeah, I love the Future Foundation. I love Hickman's run in general, but yeah, that basically I recommend you go checking that out. I feel like if you were to type in Hybrid Fantastic Four or something like that, and you just look down, I mean, it might come up. I will try finding I'll actually redo it. You know what? I'll redo the whole video to make it, I guess, for the relevancy factor, so you guys can see it. But yeah, I did do something like that. I thought it was kind of well received.
Yeah, you can find it if you just type in Hybrid or Fantastic Four reboot Hybrid Network. It's right there.
Ah, there we go. So I don't have to redo it. All right, next question. How should Fox move forward with the Fantastic Four franchise? Give it to Marvel, strike a deal, reboot, sequel? So we can all answer this one. My personal opinion, I wouldn't reboot it, at least not right now. You'd have to wait like another 10 years kind of at this point to reboot it. I mean, you don't have to, but it's just like you kind of burn the name so bad that if you were trying to start all over, you would need like another decade to really breathe and for people to kind of, get that ill-fated version out of their mind. I feel like if they want to do a sequel, they have the cast for it. I feel like the cast is really talented. They just need better, everything else, basically, like better writing, direction, vision, all that kind of stuff. Do I think they should strike a deal with Marvel? Yes, but I think the deal they should strike is giving Marvel certain characters that they know they're not going to use. So, example, if they're going to this Fantastic Four franchise and they know they're not going to do Galactus, or they know they're not going to do Annihilus, or they know they're not going to do, like, the Skrulls, just give the rights back to Marvel. Use what you're going to use, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. But, yeah, honestly, they already have, like, the date plugged in for a sequel. They have the cast. I'm just like, stick to your guns at this point. And if you're going to do another Fantastic Four movie in the future, just make a sequel and just do it right. Don't bother doing the whole thing all over again because no one wants to see it. So, yeah, you guys go. What are your thoughts?
Give it back to Marvel.
That's it?
Yeah, that's
Simple as
pretty much it. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Next question. How do you feel about Mr. Bloom? Well, this person asked that question 4 times. Wow. All right, guess he really wants us to answer it. How do I feel about Mr. Bloom? I think from what we've seen, he's a pretty cool villain. Granted, Snyder does a good job of like introducing villains and making them really cool. I think his biggest flaw is writing finales and conclusions to stuff. Those have always been a bit more lackluster than like when he starts it and gets to the peak of the story. But I'm excited. I think he's basically Slender Man with a flower fetish, which is very creepy because flowers are nice, and I would rather them stay nice. So yeah, you guys answer the questions. Go ahead.
Photosynthesis. Yeah, he's cool, but I agree with you on that. The endings are usually pretty somber, and I mean they're never an exclusive ending. They're very left open for the most part, the way each arc goes. But Mr. Boom's pretty cool.
Yeah, Slender Man. I don't know. I have to see what they're gonna do with them first, to be honest. But I like the Court of Owls a lot, so this could be good.
There you go. Nick's like Court of Owls. I mean, Court of Owls is probably like one of the best things to come out of New 52 Batman mythos-wise. I'd say it's probably the one that most people have enjoyed, at least general population.
Yeah, it changed everything.
Next question: what is the average body temperature of the Human Torch, and how hot can he get before he starts negatively affecting the environment? So, the super science for Human Torch actually will come out tomorrow. I moved it to tomorrow since the live thing was today. And since this will be a bi-weekly thing, I thought I would just make Thursdays like, live Q&A day, and Friday will be, since there's nothing else on Friday anyways, Friday will just be Super Science Day for now. Anyways, the average body temperature of the Human Torch, according to the Marvel comics, usually it's between like 760 to 800 degrees. How hot can he get before he starts negatively affecting the environment, though? That depends on where he is and your definition of negatively affecting the environment. Because, example, he can be like 300 degrees and boiling water, because boiling water is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So he can be doing that, and if you consider boiling negatively affecting, then that's when he's negatively affecting the environment. Even though technically, wow, what is that noise? Even though technically you can affect the environment in really any temperature, because the warmer it is, you'll excite the atoms more. So you're affecting the environment in that way. I don't want to get too in deep into the science of it, but yeah, it's kind of a trick question to answer because it depends on what your opinion is of affecting and what's negative or not. So I've always wanted to know how Superman could fly with no obvious form of propulsion. This pisses off every physicist, I'm sure, ever. Yeah, so basically I made a super science on Superman's strength. And basically it boils down to like what we've seen in the comics and stuff. It's probably a form of telekinesis called psionic strength, which is basically like a derivative of telekinesis and another derivative of that. So it's a double derivative of telekinesis, which is a derivative of tactile telekinesis. Which it looks just like super strength. It's just there's a few like different changes, such as like you can support structures without them crumbling under their own weight. Anyways, watch the Super Science if you want to learn more about it. But most likely Superman, it's a form of telekinesis, basically. Just like Superboy, which is his clone, half-clone, flies using telekinesis. Character bio request, the Plutonian. I need to read on this guy. Which leads to the question, which you guys can answer too. Have you ever read Irredeemable or its parallel sister series, Incorruptible? No, I haven't, but I feel like I probably should. Since it's not Marvel or DC, which means it's probably really good if you guys know about it. What are your guys' opinions, though, on that?
Never heard of it, but yeah, I guess check it out. I don't know.
I've not read it either.
Called
There you go.
Irredeemable? What was it called?
Irredeemable and Incorruptible.
Alright, well, I'll add it to my notes, but interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's my read list. It's gonna have to take a ticket though.
A long list.
The reading list has gotten a bit long. All right, so next one. This person wants a bio on any universe form of Psylocke. When X-Men Apocalypse comes out, I will give you the Olivia Munn bio. Promise. Next question. which you guys can answer too. I would love to see a bio for Molecule Man and Sentry. That is coming probably. Ass Hybrid. Do you know any comic book characters that should be played by Adrian Brody? You know, honestly, I've always been really bad with certain actors, like names, in like what they look like. Like if you showed me what they look like, I
I know
could be
what it's
like, yeah. But
Okay.
honestly, you say Adrian Brody, I recognize the name. I just can't imagine the face or like the body right now for the actor. So yeah, what about you guys though? Do you guys know who that is more better than I do? Able
Yeah.
to
He,
voice
he could
that?
be Mr. Bloom. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy's very long and thin. Just doing a quick search, he looks like he could be like a Riddler, got cap of guy. If he got like a haircut, like he has like a long face with like a little. He looks very intellectual. I could see him being like a Riddler,
Intellectual,
personally.
okay.
Very
You know
suave.
what's, you know what's odd? It says, I'm just checking out the live Q&A right now. It's like, oh, comments are disabled. Like, I never disabled comments. That's a lie.
Who?
That is the biggest lie.
On
Yeah, they're good
the
on the YouTube
second.
thing.
Huh?
Like if you go to YouTube and click on our thing, there people are typing on there, and it's working. So
Really? I'm not seeing that.
yeah,
It's like a
scroll
side
up.
thing.
Yeah, so everyone's typing over there. People were asking like when does it start, yada yada. I was like it had technical difficulties and whatnot, but yeah, people are typing on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
question.
I wanted to answer questions that people are asking, because we have a lot more questions, but I mean, like, yeah. All right, next
Interesting
question. Who would win in a fight, Franklin Richards or Molecule Man? And maybe even another question that's even better, who's more powerful? All right, I like this question because I'm a massive fan of Franklin Richards. I mean, I'm a big FF fan in general. But all right, so who would win? I'd say Molecule Man would win because usually Franklin Richards is nerfed in power, and he's also a kid too, so his powers aren't fully developed yet. Even though if they're both adults, I don't know. It's hard to say because at first I want to be like Franklin Richards would win because adult Franklin Richards can do things like battle multiple Celestials and all that stuff. But then Molecule Man's like beyond your level now, so it's like it's hard to say. But at this current moment, due to what's been going on since leading up to Secret Wars and Secret Wars, I gotta give it to Molecule Man. Who's more powerful? Like I said before, with what they've been doing with Molecule Man, I gotta say Molecule Man is more powerful. Hey Oscar.
Hi.
That was a very exciting hi there.
Yes.
All right,
Just
so
got off work.
we have four or five questions from this one person. All right,
Okay.
question one, and for anyone that's watching this right now, I'll answer the questions you guys are actually commenting right now on YouTube after we finish going through the questions that were commented over like the past week or so. We're almost getting there. Anyways, question one, which we can all answer. With Wally West back pre-New 52 after Convergence, do you think we are going to get back all of our old favorite characters pre-52 universe? Or do you think we are stuck with horrible New 52 Wally West, who is not Wally West, but someone else? Just wondering, what is your opinion? To answer that first question, I think we're going to be stuck with New 52 Wally, even though he hasn't appeared for the past 2 months in the comics since he was introduced, which is kind of weird due to all the hype they gave him. But I think he's going to come back because the CW Wally West that they cast is basically he is more like, from appearance-wise at least, New 52 Wally West. So I feel like they're going to bring him back due to the popularity of the show. And, yeah, so we probably won't be seeing pre-New 52 Wally West, like, ever again, unless it's, like, an Elseworld story. What are your guys' thoughts on it, though?
I wish it would at least get like an offset story or something with bringing our old people back. But nah, I agree with you. They're definitely sticking with the New 52. They're sticking to their guns. They're not gonna just drop it. After putting all this work to bring all this controversy in, they're not gonna let go of it now.
How about you, Nick and Oscar?
Pre-52 Wally's gone for good. Sorry. I wish he was back though, but yeah.
Oscar, you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I think we're kind of stuck with the New 52 Wally West until like DC probably does one of their Elseworld stories or whatnot, which I don't think that will happen. But yeah, we're probably stuck with New 52 Wally West until further notice. And he's, as you said, he's gonna get probably a lot more showcasing in the comics since they're bringing in Wally West into the Flash TV show. So yeah, I think we're just gonna be stuck with Wally West, New 52.
All right. So, question number 2. With the Ultimate Universe getting blown the hell up post Secret Wars, I'm just wondering, out of all the Ultimate Universe characters besides Miles, who would you save? And this guy, he goes on to say that out of all the people, I would save everybody. Fuck them. That's just my opinion. Okay. Oh, never mind. He says, besides Ultimate Mary Jane, Ultimate Peter Parker, Ultimate Aunt May, Ultimate Gwen Stacy, Ultimate Kitty Pryde, he would just say everybody, fuck them. All right, so he'd only save a handful. Me, besides Miles, I would save Ultimate Reed Richards, which they did save because Ultimate Reed Richards is probably the best thing to come out of the Ultimate Universe besides Miles, honestly. I love Ultimate Reed Richards. At least when Hickman writes Ultimate Reed Richards, he writes them so great. It's like, oh, it's too good. It's too good. Like, what did we do to deserve such a good character? All right, so question. Wait, yeah, who would you guys save though? Nick, I'm sure you would save no one.
What was the question? Save someone from the Ultimate Universe?
Yeah. Besides Miles Morales, who would you save if you could save?
Oh, Ultimate Cap, but I don't know if he died already or not.
Damn, you're right. I forgot. Ultimate Cap's great. Do you think this A stands for France? No, Cap. It doesn't. It stands for Australia.
Alright. I could only save... If J. Jonah Jameson was still alive, I would have saved him. I basically, whoever's left of the Spider-Man cast is who I would save, because they're the only ones I really care about that's left, other than, like, Reed and Ben. Everyone else is
Isn't there
dead.
another Peter Parker running around there, too?
Yeah, it's a clone.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate Ben Reilly that's not named Ben Reilly because they already introduced a Ben Reilly who was like a geneticist and was black, so they can't do that. All right, it's so confusing. Question number 3. What is your opinion of Spider-Man Renew Your Vows? I think it's decent, nothing amazing. And do you think that if Renew Your Vows sells well, we'll get a married Peter Parker and his wife, Mary Jane, alive and kicking post-Secret Wars? No, because the new Amazing Spider-Man post-Secret Wars comic they made, it's basically right where they left off at. They did not skip a beat, which is both good and bad, I guess. I was really looking forward to them really undoing one more day. I was hoping we'd get married Peter Parker back again, kind of mentoring Miles as Spider-Man if they were to keep Miles. But we're not getting that, sadly. And that's a different conversation for a different time. I really do feel like Marvel kind of dropped the ball post-Secret Wars of what they could have done to a degree. But yeah, I'll let you guys answer that.
Haven't read yet, but I'm checking it out soon, so I don't really know what to say about that.
Anyone else got anything they want to say before we move on to the last question?
No, I haven't read it.
All right. Well,
Very positive.
last question. I'm just wondering, what is your opinion of the Star Wars Expanded Universe as a whole, and do you think Disney shouldn't have messed with the Expanded Universe and left it alone? Because in my opinion, I love the Star Wars Expanded Universe, and it really sucks Disney has gotten rid of it for no damn reason. Just want to say, fuck you people who love the Expanded Universe. Enjoy all canon. What? For no reason whatsoever, but that's just my opinion anyways. I hope you have a good day and take care, man. Well, I hope you have a good day too. Obviously, you have some frustration with Disney to work out, but what is my opinion on the Star Wars Expanded Universe? I've never really gotten into the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Personally, I've read bits and pieces. I know, bits. I cried a little bit when I read Chewbacca dies. Probably the most stupidest death ever. So, yeah, to that point, I mean, it was kind of expected when Disney bought them, they would probably mess with the Expanded Universe. That's really all I have to say on it. I'm not mad because we haven't seen exactly what they're going to do yet besides Rebels, and Rebels has been well received, so I'm not really upset.
Honestly, it's a smarter move because there's just too many. With the expanded universe, it's not like a comic book, like with Marvel and DC, where they plan everything together. Everything's kind of scattered, so some things don't line up correctly. But from what they're doing now, and they established the canon, it's a lot better in my opinion. So everything lines up more. There's no misconceptions,
Hmm.
and they're all highly praised. I like every single book out, and the cartoons are all good too.
All right.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing, the whole expanded universe thing. I wish there had been some elements. Like you said, you don't know like what they're doing yet though. So
Still can.
if they bring in like, because I think the biggest thing I want to see is just like the old Republic stuff, like from way back when. But who knows if they'll ever do like Revan and all that. So I don't know. But
Yeah.
so
Awesome.
yeah, that's basically
All
it.
right. So we have like, shit. We only have like 2 more questions left, and then we can do like the actual questions people have been like live commentating. Ultimate Reed versus Batman. Ultimate Reed. That's not even a question. Jeez.
Ultimate Ben Grimm.
All right. So Ultimate Ben Grimm is.
Time.
Collaborating time.
All right. Let's answer these questions that people have been asking. It's 12. I know it's 12:24. I'm sorry. My computer froze and whatnot. Alright, so let's answer these questions.
A lot.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Someone wanted to know about Avatar comics and TV stuff.
Someone also asked about the verses.
Alright. We'll answer questions for 10 more minutes.
Speed run.
10 more minutes at the most about that. If you guys run out of questions before then yeah. 'Cause I am so hungry. Can't wait to eat. Alright. So let me expand this universe.
Minutes. 10 more minutes.
Does anyone else have the thing up, by the way?
Yeah, this guy was like, what do you think of the Avatar show and comics, and would you guys review them on the channel?
Wait.
Like,
I gotta get all the way up. I gotta get all the way up to the top of these comments. It's just my computer's being like...
Everything after my comment. Everything after my comment is when everything starts. Before that, people are just like, where is he? Why hasn't it started yet?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Wow.
Unless you want to ask
my
the question,
screen-
when does it start?
My screen went full screen on me. I was like, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for it.
You have a question here,
Alright.
Josh.
Time zone, Eastern. Hey, Antoine, if you're on here, get on.
Did you guys already answer the question, what's your favorite DC storyline? Because that was in the old video, too. I don't know if you guys...
Hold on, answer. I'm so overwhelmed right now because I'm on YouTube.
Josh,
so like, look at
Josh
the
said that he
comments.
liked the Red Robin round.
So,
Oh.
alright. So I'm gonna answer these questions. When are more verses coming? When I finish editing them, honestly. That's the honest answer. When I finish editing them. Yeah. I'm actually a little behind on editing stuff. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do you read Avatar: The Last Airbender comics, or watch the show? If so, can you DC comic or show reviews? Sorry, I just love that show and books. I did watch the show and Legend of Korra, and I read some of the comics. Not the recent ones they did, but I read like the ones that went, into like Zuko's mother and all that stuff. Zuko's mother's a little bitch, by the way. Not a fan of her.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I really did like the show. I liked Legend of Korra too, but I thought they could have done something different than like, you know, Gundam Fighter for like the finale. But yeah, I did like it. The movie was some butt.
Oh, the movie is good though. There's
And
Wait. Did you just? I'm not gonna.
maybe in the future,
No.
we can review like the books when they're done to come out in volumes. So, Rich M, where are these questions coming from? I was answering questions that were in other videos throughout the week where people put hashtag AskHybrid. So basically what I did was I went to like the community section on the video manager thing, and I typed in hashtag AskHybrid, and I searched all comments with that. So that's how I've been answering questions. But now I'm going through you guys, your guys' live question things, and answering those. And this is bi-weekly now too. This is actually Nick's idea, so thank Nick. But it will be bi-weekly. So in 2 weeks on Thursday, we'll be doing another one. So throughout the week, just put hashtag AskHybrid on a video, and we will be responding to those comments. So, hey Hybrid Network dude, hey, what's up? How did you get so buff? What is your secret? It's called eating a lot and working out a lot. I used to do decathlons, and if you know anything about those, it's really hard, so you have to work out a lot. So I was on an 8,000 calorie a day diet. I even had a doctor's note. It was the greatest thing ever. Basically, I had a doctor's note that said I can eat whenever I want, how much I want. It was pretty great. A lot of meat, a lot of potatoes. I mean, I'm not even speaking figuratively. I mean, I ate a lot of potatoes all the time, and like steaks, burgers, bratwurst, things. Those like salmon. Oh my God, fish was great. By the way, fish is a great thing. But yeah, it's just working out, stuff like that. I recommend people run too. I know a lot of people just like lifting and not running. I recommend you run too. There are a lot of health benefits in running, and I mean, it's a nice thing. I mean, I almost shed a tear one time. I saw someone trying to run, and he got like 100 feet, and then he was like exhausted. He's like this super big dude was exhausted, and I'm like, what are you gonna do if your girl gets snatched? Are you gonna like you can't run after
really far.
If you can't run after your girl, then it's like, dude, you failed. Like as the boyfriend, you messed up. Okay. So all right. I'm on drugs. Sorry. It's okay, man. It's early. Why don't they just answer the questions here? Because I told people in the week earlier that I'd answer the questions if they commented them. Hashtag AskHybrid. So what if the Human Torch worked in a meth lab? That'd be problematic, probably.
Breaking Fat Force Stick.
Even though he'd probably save a lot of money not having to buy like fuel, because he can just be his own fuel source.
Oh.
He'd just be like.
And the thing like cooking meth.
That'd be weird.
The next question.
Just weird trying to imagine. What if Mr. Fantastic decided on a porn career? According to Sue Storm in that one panel one time when she was like, yeah, those powers are great, I think he'd be very successful.
Flexible. Wink, wink.
What if the Invisible Woman was a stalker? I don't know. She's invisible. So
You would never see her coming.
I wouldn't. And is Ben Grimm always hard? Why, yes, he is. He's made of rock, basically, at this point. Get your mind out of the gutter, man. So, the Vulture, yo, sup, B.O.B. My vagina is dark purple. That's you might want to get that checked out. I'm not a doctor, but that doesn't sound like it's what's normal. Like what normal? That sounds like some serious discoloration. You might want to get checked out. What is your opinion on Wally West being in the new Flash show? I mean, I made a video before talking about how there's like no logical way to do it, just because they've never said before or showed any thing hinting at Wally being possible. I mean, Wally's the nephew of Iris, so usually that means Iris would have to have a brother or sister, which they haven't hinted. I mean, Joe hasn't mentioned it. Barry's never mentioned it. Iris has never mentioned it. That's usually kind of one of those things you mention, So, I mean, they'd have to come up with a really good explanation for it because, like I said before, unless they're not going to make Iris the aunt of Wally, it just doesn't really make any sense. Which I think they might not do. I think they might just do something where Joe adopts a kid and it's Wally, or like takes a kid in and it's Wally, because I mean Nick mentioned this on the last Super Friends. Wally's actor is like a year younger than Grant, so it's like they're kind of similar in age. But how do I feel about him? I mean, if they do him well, yeah, it'd be awesome. If they don't do him well, that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Molecule Man is only small-scale reality warping, right? He was. And then they introduced more shit to him. And now he's like on Beyonder level, basically. The only thing is that he's crazy, so he can't really focus and use his powers that well. Are you playing Wally West? You know, I
Yes.
could. I theoretically could play Wally West. However, I am not playing Wally West.
Josh
So
is playing
send it-
Tim Drake.
Send your angry letters to CW.
Nah, I'm sure Josh would play Heretic. I'm sure he'd love to
I
do
would-
that.
I actually, the character I always wanted to play in a movie was Beast Boy. I've always been a big fan of Beast Boy. I always thought it'd be really cool to play a character like that. Granted, they probably have to paint me like green or red, even though I'd rather them paint me red because if you know about the DC mythology, you know he gets his powers from the red force of the universe, which is like connects all animal life. So I thought, yeah, him being red makes a lot of sense, which is why I was really happy in New 52 they made him red, and then they made him green randomly again. I'm like, that makes no sense.
They made no explanation either. No explanation.
I mean, at least when he was red, it made total sense. When he's green, it's like, why? Why is he green? Just make him a shapeshifter in general. Just let him change colors whenever he wants.
Yeah, like he probably has the powers of a chameleon, so he could probably like change his color whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'm a big fan of you guys. Thank you. I really like the screenplays. Keep up the good work. Thanks. New screenplay comes out next week. It's Shazam. It's pretty cool, I think. I talk about comics on my YouTube channel too. Comes from RaptorX2917. If anyone starting a YouTube channel on comics ever wants a collaboration or wants any help, just message us, and I will try finding someone on Hybrid Network to work with you if I or CJ are not available, because I mean, no YouTuber is ever too big to work with someone. Honestly, I mean, the argument can be made for certain YouTubers, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, if you're under like 1 million subscribers, you should humble yourself. All that stuff. Raptor Rex also asked me, who is the villain of your last Justice League screenplay, Josh? That'd be a spoiler, so I'm not going to tell you.
Penny
Nick
Plumber.
real quick.
Can you do a Joker bio? CJ did a Joker bio a few months ago during the whole Villains Month thing he did.
he did.
Who is the villain for your last Justice League screenplay? I'm not telling you.
How about a hint?
A hint?
A hint.
He might be monitoring this, so I can't tell you.
Okay. All right.
It's the Watcher.
I'm just wondering what is going on with the indie podcast. Is that still happening or not? Just wondering. It's more on hiatus than anything else, just so you can find more people. But we're also trying to get everything here at home base worked out first before we introduce more things. Because we don't want to just introduce a whole bunch of things and then like we're not organized at all and it collapses on us. That would not be a good thing. It would be a waste of everybody's time. So yeah, just hang in there. It will be coming soon. Who is the villain for your last Justice League screenplay? This guy is persistent. I'm not telling you. Did you read the last Avatar Last Airbender comic? I haven't read the most recent ones, but I have read them, yes. Did you like Man from U.N.C.L.E.? I haven't seen it yet. I hope I can see it. Sorry for the repeat. My internet went down. Thought my questions were lost. You're fine.
Are we caught up? Are we caught up?
Sentry versus Superman. All right, that's a good question. Sentry versus Superman. Sentry would win because his powers are actually molecular manipulation, and that is OP as shit. if you ever watched Death Seed Sentry, which was Sentry brought back to life without the craziness of the Void, although you could argue he was still a little off his rocker. So Death Seed Sentry was fighting Thor, and Thor threw like Mjolnir around him and stuff like that. And Sentry, just looking at Mjolnir, stopped Mjolnir and made it go down to the ground in mid, throw. And then also he grabbed, and flew Thor to like a distant planet that was light years away, like instantaneously. So Sentry is more OP than he's ever been before, but due to the fact that his molecular manipulation was to a point where he could overpower Molecule Man, I would say Sentry would win. However, Superman is still really powerful in his own right. But, yeah, that's how that would go, basically. I hate sweating, though. Sweating sucks. I sweat so much as it is.
That should be your superpower.
Question 1. What is your favorite... What is your opinion of the Invincible universe versus Valiant universe? I like Valiant more, and I feel like Exo-Manowar would kill Invincible. Yeah. I get asked again, who's the villain for the Justice League screenplay? I'm not telling you.
If you didn't get it after that hint.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I guess he realized I'm not answering anymore. He was like, "Oh crap, it was worth the shot." Darkseid confirmed. I actually did Darkseid already. Darkseid was killed by Ion. If you checked out the Justice League 2 screenplay, yeah, it was number 2, I believe. What is your opinion of the Young Avengers? I think it's a cool premise, but I think it's unnecessary for the most part. At least nowadays, it's not really needed. I've never been a fan of having to give every like superhero team a youth counterpart. I always thought that was kind of dumb to a degree. Now, what is your opinion of the MC aka Spider-Girl's world? I always thought it was really cool. Some of the stuff they did with it, I thought was really interesting, especially like Golden Goblin. I thought it was always really funny. That was like a good guy and stuff. But
Phil Urich.
yeah, I mean, I liked it. It really screwed it over during Spider-Verse. Now, #SHybrid, Thing versus Colossus, who would win? If this is Juggernaut Colossus, Colossus would win. But I want to say just baseline characters, Thing is stronger and probably a better fighter than Colossus. Even though Colossus might be more durable. Oh, excuse me. Colossus might be more durable, but it depends on which version.
The Thing is usually shown being able to handle the Hulk for a little bit. So I mean, I don't think Colossus could ever handle the Hulk. So,
Like, both Colossus and the Thing has gone toe-to-toe with the Hulk, but it's kind of a hard question since they're both on different power levels, essentially.
I mean, in the Hulk's defense, it was Joe Fixit that went up against the Thing. So it wasn't even like Savage. Like World War Hulk, let's be honest here. World War Hulk would murder everybody.
Yeah, World Breaker Hulk.
Now, who would win between the movie version though? Movie Thing versus movie Colossus.
is that even a question?
Movie Thing would probably
From the new reboot.
He would clobber him, dude. Didn't you know?
It's clobbering
Movie-
time.
It's clobbering time.
Movie Thing looks he looks monstrous. Honestly.
He looks so dense.
I want to see them like on a height comparison. Honestly, he's pretty big.
I like how the new Colossus looks though in the Deadpool trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like Colossus. So.
Yeah.
I miss the old guy.
However, I've always been a fan of Ultimate Colossus. Dude is a savage.
Nightcrawler was just dick to him.
Yeah.
The long-
Ultimate Colossus would probably beat the Thing. Ultimate Colossus is extremely strong. All right,
Yeah.
we have about a few more minutes to answer questions, like 2 minutes. So you guys have 2 more minutes. Ask any question you want. Question: what is your opinion of the X-Men versus Teen Titans Pre-52 universe? My God, X-Men would clusterfuck the hell out of Teen Titans.
Yeah.
during the whole Pre-52 thing, that was during like it was around Schism-ish time, I think, and that was when the X-Men are probably like almost at their most OP, I would say.
Yeah. Like,
Another question. Oh, you go ahead, Oscar.
like at that time, the X-Men had a bunch of Omega level mutants on their side, so
Yeah.
they would fucking crush the Teen Titans.
Yeah, it'd be kind of sad to watch that fight. Question: what is your opinion on Bayonetta, the character from the video game series, and if you had the power to write a crossover with Dante from Devil May Cry, how would you do the story? I can't answer that because I have not played either game. I know of the characters, I know of the games, but I have not actually played the games. So I wouldn't be able to write an actual good story for those games because, yeah. Someone asked, try the weekly pool, guys. See if they will do something with y'all. That'd be too sweet. I'm not going to ask the weekly pool, guys. And the reason is this. So, I mean, I'm a very honest person with you guys. I like keeping it, quote unquote, real with you guys. And I'm not trying to start a war with the weekly pool people either. But I will say some of them do get a little bit pissy at times. I've had talks with other YouTubers in the comic book community that have told me, they're like, yeah, like the weekly pool people have told us like not to do this kind of video, and that because that's their kind of video, stuff like that. And it's like, really, I mean, they haven't even been around all that long to be dictating those kind of things. So I've never actually talked to them though personally, worked with them personally. So I'm not gonna talk trash about them. Unless I actually were to, and they were total assholes. But I mean,
like
at this moment though, I probably wouldn't work with them, just because I'm really busy here too. I don't think I'd have time to work with them in general. But just out of schedule purposes. But
Wait, the weekly poll, is that?
Yeah,
That's
the
with
weekly
Comic Historian, Comic Explain, Faust, and all
Yeah,
those
it's-
guys.
it's basically like the comic book Illuminati, but with those people instead.
Except not as good. Oh.
Yeah. So
They're starting the war.
So, like, Comics Explained have actually mentioned the Hybrid Network in a few of his videos. So, yeah, he has. He did one when he talked about Convergence number 0 or number 1, and then he did one.
I mean,
then he mentioned then he mentioned like the Hybrid Network in Draw My Life.
really?
Mhm. Yeah,
Oh,
he at the very end he had like a collage of all the different YouTube channels and Hybrid Network on there.
That's nice. I mean, I appreciate it. Like I said before, I've never worked with them, so I can't really comment on them. It's just that at this time, between scheduling and like just busyness in general, I
What
don't
did he
think.
say about the channel? He's like, oh yeah, those guys suck. He's like,
No.
Everyone here has a mutual respect for them. Except maybe
Yeah,
me, but I'm pretty sure everyone respects them.
I don't mean ill will against anyone in the comic book YouTube community because we're all in this together. It might seem like we're a big community when you're actually in the community, but in general, compared to other YouTube communities, we're not that big. So I mean, I think we should all work together if we can. But like I said before, a lot of it's scheduling. So don't misinterpret what I'm saying as trying to diss them. I'm not trying to diss them. Even though I have heard some people aren't happy with how they do some things, but I mean that's granted. Like I said before, for the last time, I've never worked with them myself, so I can't really comment on them as a first-hand source. So, why do you think, or who do you think will be more of a protagonist of Batman v Superman? Who will be more of an antagonist between the two of them? I think both of them will be protagonists, and Lex Luthor will be the antagonist. How about that?
I'm pretty sure, I think Scott Snyder, I read it somewhere, that they said if you were to pick any of them to be more of a villain, that Batman was more of that view, but neither of them are the villain. I forgot where I read that from, but I heard about like Superman and all, but I legitimately read that.
Okay. Let's get on to the next one. When's the Aquaman movie coming back, or coming again? I don't remember. Yeah, July 27, 2018. Thank you, someone, for commenting that. Question, what is your opinion on the Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F movie? I haven't seen it. I've heard good things, but I haven't seen it. Have any of you guys seen it?
Yes.
All right, you guys can talk about it.
Anyone else?
No.
No. Okay.
Nope.
It's good. I mean, you like Dragon Ball Z, you'll enjoy that movie. Simple as that. It's the best one they've had so far.
Okay. Superman true storylines. Do you think they'll connect the leads to Superman being restored back to his powerful status? I don't know when they're going to finish that. I mean, I hope someone from DC looks at my Super Science video and is like, yeah, Superman's powers are connected to telekinesis. And then they can do a whole storyline from Superman Truth about how his powers are depowered, like, as a mental thing, you know? I mean, this is a way that they could really make Superman fans happy. Because they can basically be like, yeah, Superman's as powerful as he lets himself be. So it's like, it's a big cop-out, basically, for inconsistencies in his powers. But I don't know how they'll do it, honestly. I don't think... I don't know. It depends on the writers of the book. I mean, granted, if DC were to come up to me right now and be like, hey, we don't want you to write the book, but we'd like you to do story outlines, I would be all over that. That's a hell of a lot easier than writing a script, that's for sure. Question, speaking of the indie podcast, I do have some ideas for the indie podcast. If you'd like to discuss these ideas, I do have a Skype, which I cannot say here because it's private. Just wanted to let you know. My Skype is hybrid0027. So feel free to add me if you haven't already. And yeah, you should be able to find me. It's an old picture. It's like 3 years old. It's me in a tank top. But I mean, you should be able to hopefully recognize me, and yeah, feel free to add me. So like that. Granted, so I think a lot of people get confused. I usually don't. My Skype's it's basically always on, and I've had people message me before, and I'm actually not on Skype or even on my computer, but it always reads as me being online. So I do feel bad. People call me, and I miss the calls, and I'm like, I am so sorry. I wasn't even on. All right, so we'll take 5 more questions max, because I have to be somewhere soon. It's got a message reminding me. Question: when is the next comic book versus? When I edit it. It comes when I edit it. The next few ones are the HD remakes. like I said before, I'm behind, guys. I'm a one-man army. JK, not one-man army. But I mean, yeah, I'm a little behind. The only problem with the verses is that they are actually kind of editing intensive, like 3-4 hours of editing. If I really want to get everything right and make sure it's right, stuff like that. So yeah, I just got to yeah. Did something personally happen? Sounded really personal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're referring to.
He's pregnant.
Oh, you're talking about... Are you talking about... Oh, I think they're talking about when we talk about the weekly pool. No, I've never worked with them. So personally, I have no interaction with them whatsoever. So I can't really speak ill will of them because I don't know them at all. So yeah, no, nothing ever... it might have sounded really personal just because... I mean, I don't know if it was a tone I was using, so I mean, yeah, nothing...
You're like, yeah, I don't watch those guys. I don't know anything about that.
I mean, all right, here's the thing. I don't watch a lot of other channels. A lot of people seem to think I watch channels a lot. I don't watch other channels. I mean, like, someone's like, oh, Comicstorian, Comics Explained, all this. I don't watch those channels. Variant Comics, I don't watch that channel at all. I mean, I don't have time, really, to follow all these channels. So, yeah. And, 3 more questions. So one of the last 3 questions. So basically the next person to post a question, that'll be the next question. Last question. So make it a good question, guys. Question, what is your opinion of the pre-52 Teen Titans versus the new 52 Teen Titans? Fuck the new 52 Teen Titans. That's my opinion. If you could only watch one superhero movie next year, which one would it be and why? Doctor Strange. Because I am so excited for what they're going to do with Doctor Strange. Unlike the other movies, like Doctor Strange, I literally have no idea how it's going to be. And that's why I'm so excited. I mean, it's Gambit. I mean, I'm interested in it, but at the same time, it's Fox. It's Fox. So it's going to be like Gambit. I mean, I hope they do a Thieves Guild versus Assassin's Guild kind of storyline. I've always been a fan of that. I have it in my room actually. But yeah.
Yeah, but I'm curious about Doctor Strange too, because it comes out next like November or something. They haven't even started shooting it yet, so I'm like, when are they gonna start? Like,
Yeah, the only thing we saw was that artwork that somebody put up. That looked really good.
Yeah. All right. Actually, you know what? All right. So I'll take another question besides the one that's just posted. Have you read Irredeemable by Mark Waid? No, I haven't, but I need to read it. And then we'll take one more question after that, and try and make it a question that we can all answer, because I want to like end it off with this all answering a question if possible. Someone ask a question. You know, next time I'm doing this live thing, I'm gonna make it later, because I feel like everyone was just waking up, and they're like, "Oh, there's a live Q&A." What?
That's how we start our day, everyone.
Also, I want
Not
to get
me.
CJ.
That's how I end my day.
Oh, that's right. All right. Question: do you think that Fox will give any hero back to Marvel? This is Fox we're talking about. They give no fucks. Honestly, I don't think they will. I don't think they'll give any hero back to Marvel, because right now Marvel is not only a company but it's a brand. And I mean, like, that brand name carries some weight. So probably from a business standpoint, they're thinking, oh, like, yeah.
I don't
And
know
no,
about give back. Definitely
I
not give.
I have not read Nemesis, by the way. But
Ugh.
everybody, our
Good
last
book.
question, our last official question is, do you think Fox will give any hero back to Marvel? So, guys, I'll let you guys answer the question really quick. And then we will wrap this up, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks. A fortnight.
Fortnite.
Well, no, I don't really see like Fox giving away any heroes anytime soon, unless like the fan reaction like overwhelms Fox from this new Fantastic Four movie, and they're like feel that they have to. Although like Fox are going to negotiate a deal to make like a new X-Men TV show, and Marvel is gonna have to greenlight that show. So we don't know what like Marvel will demand from Fox in order to greenlight that new X-Men show.
yeah.
Anyone else have any comments?
Yeah,
How much can...
maybe they'll probably get. I'm assuming that they'll get the Fantastic Four sooner than the X-Men, obviously, but yeah, probably like Oscar said, like they're gonna have to strike some deal, because they can't even cross over the Fantastic Four with the X-Men in a movie, because that wasn't in their contract. So like Marvel has to be the third man for that too. And yeah, so also side note. Nemesis was picked up by Warner Brothers. Fox transferred the rights to Warner Brothers, so now they have the movie rights for that. So.
I hate Nemesis, goddammit.
So, okay, so we have to talk about this later. I love that book. I love that book.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, so, all right, 1 rep max. What can y'all bench press? All right, so I actually have, let's see, my max is, I don't know if you guys see it, updated 330. See, can you guys see the screen? 330 2015. I haven't updated it since then, but I mean, I just technically updated it now by moving stuff around, I guess. But yeah. So my bench press as of right now, my 1 rep max is 255. Overhead is 155, and 1 arm bicep curl is technically at the moment it's 85. But yeah.
Motivation.
But yeah, work hard, guys. Eat greedy. Eat greedy. You know, eat greedy. Eat those 8,000 calories, guys. But
Daily routine.
But yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for joining us on our first. I feel so bad because now like more people have been joining, and I'm like, now we're ending it. But yeah, stay on for our next one in 2 weeks. I'll post the times and stuff. Follow us on Twitter and on Facebook, because I will post updates on those sites. So yeah, without further ado, this is Josh, aka the Hybrid, aka Generalissimo, aka El President. I don't speak Spanish.
Pablo
Anyways,
Escobar.
Pablo Escobar. I mean, I don't know what that means. I feel like hopefully it's a good thing.
But alright,
But,
guys, if you're after this, go check out the new Super Brands because it's up online. If you want to continue the discussion.
Yeah, I'm in it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went off on tangents about the Flash, New 52, and all that kind of stuff. So.
Oscar,
Yeah.
tell me something about Sweden. Tell us something about Sweden so we can leave in happiness.
Okay, you want to know
Besides,
something about Sweden?
besides
Okay,
attractive blonde girls.
Cheese.
Okej. Sverige är ett litet land som ligger uppe i norr. Det ligger bredvid Norge, Finland och Danmark som ni förstår. Det är ett väldigt litet land. Det är ungefär 9 miljarder personer i hela Sverige. Det lever mer personer i England än vad det lever i själva Sverige då. And that's what I have to say about Sweden.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And like I said before, if you have any questions, just put in videos #AskHybrid, and they will be answered at the next live Q&A. So without further ado, we'll see you guys later.
Ha det gött!